Myopia in ophthalmic eyes can be difficult to manage. In this video, we discuss the role of implantable phakic contact lens in the management of this disabling condition. The producers have no financial interest in the subject matter of this film. In eyes with primary congenital glaucoma, trabecular dysgenesis leads to blockage of aqueous outflow from the anterior chamber angle. Pediatric eyes rapidly increase in size in response to this increased pressure, leading to development of ophthalmos. The initial management is concentrated on the control of intraocular pressure, the solution for which is primarily surgical. Most of these eyes do well with just the control of intraocular pressure. However, the story does not end here. These children require vigorous visual rehabilitation to make them realize their visual potential. This includes proper refractive correction, surgical procedures to clear their visual axis, and amblyopia therapy. A subset of these children with unilateral ophthalmos provide a unique set of challenges in their visual rehabilitation. We recently had art wrist with this 4-year-old boy who presented with raised intraocular pressures and ophthalmos in the right eye. He underwent a trabeculotomy with trabeculectomy in his right eye to address the primary pathology. At the age of 5 years, he presented to the cornea and refractive service of our center with a seemingly large right eye. The visual perception of the child in this eye was enormously distorted due to the high axial myopia with significant astigmatism. The cornea was extremely thinned out, though the endothelial cell count was healthy. So what next for this child? This was surely a management challenge. Should we let him continue with his current glasses, given the highly distorted vision and the anisoconia the patient is experiencing? Or should we give him a contact lens over the eye? Given the large, irregular surface, these can be very tough to manage in the pediatric age group. The extremely thin cornea effectively rules out any chances of a keratorefractive procedure to be done on this eye. Maybe a clear lens extraction with an intraocular lens? Are we willing to take away the accommodative power of the child at such a young age? Or is there a way we can visually rehabilitate this child using this potential space between the iris and the crystalline lens? The last option appeared the most appealing and physiological in this case of unilateral ophthalmos with high myopia. But how to go about it? The commercially available range of phakic intraocular lenses usually have an overall diagonal length of 12.75 mm with an optic diameter of 6.10 mm. However, the ultrasound biomicroscopy of this child revealed a sulcus to sulcus length of 14.55 mm. Implanting a standard phakic lens in such a case would surely lead to decentration. We conjured a customized lens design to correct both the spherical and the cylindrical power with an overall diagonal length of 15 mm and an optic diameter of 6.60 mm. Special precautions considered during the surgical procedure were constructing a scleral tunnel in view of the thin cornea, followed by viscoelastic injection to maintain the anterior chamber. The specially designed phakic intraocular lens was then implanted into the ciliary sulcus to complete the procedure. The actual procedure began by preoperatively marking the horizontal axis in the child with a bubble marker. The child was then taken under general anesthesia. A localized peritomy was done in the superiotemporal quadrant, followed by construction of the scleral tunnel. Special precaution was taken to avoid the previous area of the filtering bleb. Side port incisions were made and the interior chamber was filled with cohesive viscoelastic. A specially designed toric phakic intraocular lens was then opened. The mega phakic intraocular lens with a maximum diameter of 15 mm can be seen here. The lens is loaded onto its cartridge carefully, taking care to not flip it upside down. The loaded phakic intraocular lens is then slowly injected into the interior chamber, all the while noticing the correct unfurling of the lens with the notch on the leading haptic being on the left side. The haptics are gently tucked under the iris and the lens is rotated to align the marks on the lens with the horizontal axis of the eye. The toric power in this lens is so customized that it neutralizes the pre-existing astigmatism automatically when aligned horizontally. The viscoelastic is removed from the interior chamber and given the pediatric age group, the main port is secured with a single 10-0 nylon suture. The conjunctiva and tenon are repositioned with the help of glue. A well-aligned and centered toric phakic intraocular lens can be seen here at the end of surgery. The child did well post-operatively and maintained a clear visual axis over a follow-up of over 6 months. The anterior segment OCT documents a well-centered lens with a vault height of 420 microns. The intraocular pressures were also well maintained and the optic disc remained healthy.
F, Z, D, N, L, P, H, F, V, O, R, V, H, R, N, H, O, F, Z, E, O, D, H, L, N, E, O, V, P, R, H.
This child had a gratifying visual outcome and the perceived visual quality dramatically improved. We believe that customized mega phakic intraocular lenses are a viable option and may well be the way forward in the management of high myopia due to unilateral buphthalmos. Thank you.